Hey, what is up, guys? It is Limited Llama back with another MLB Sorare video. Today I'm going to be going over how my teams did in Game Week 11, and then I'm also going to be setting up my teams for Game Week 12. So let's get into it. For Game Week 11, my limited teams actually did pretty terribly. The main issue was that my starting pitchers didn't do well. Johnny Cueto ended up giving up, let's see how many runs did he give up? 7 runs in 5 innings pitched, so he only got me 3.5 points. The new reliever that I picked up also blew a save against the Twins. I'm not super happy about that. The Giants were up 2-0 going into the 9th, and he gave up the save, and they ended up winning 3-2, which both hurts my fantasy team, and it also hurts the Guardians' playoff chances, so not super happy about that. And then the rest of my players just did average. Nobody did super impressive here on the limited all-star side of things. Crone, Rosario, Ramirez, Abreu, and Blackman all got under 20 points, which isn't super impressive. On the limited pro side of things, Dean Kramer did pretty well against the Astros, which is surprising. He's not that good of a pitcher, but somehow he held them to 1 run over 7 2/3 innings for a total of 32 points, so solid there. And then William Contreras and Colton Wong both did super well. So actually got a lot of points from these 3 players, and then the rest of my players just did absolutely nothing. I'm happy that Munoz gave up the save against the Guardians because it let us come back, but also obviously ends up with -5 points. And then Brandon Lowe, Jock Peterson didn't do anything. And for some reason, Jason Adam just didn't pitch in the 3 games against the Red Sox, which is pretty odd. So not really sure what happened there. I looked, and he's not on the injury list or anything like that, so I'm guessing they just didn't need him. But kind of a bummer. Didn't get any points from him. So overall, neither of these teams did super well, which is unfortunate because I just bought new players and upgraded the teams, but that's okay. The surprising thing is that my Common All-Star team actually did incredibly well, and I got a limited reward from my Common All-Star team. So Springs ended up getting me 20 points, Alexis Diaz got a save, Jose Ramirez got 31 points, Travis d'Arnaud did pretty well, 46 points, and then Joe Adell, this man is batting less than 200, and he gets 45 points in a random game against the Blue Jays. Hits 2 home runs, scores 3 runs, 3 ribbies, 2 singles, just absolutely pops off for 47 points, and that was really the only game he even got points in. So very bizarre standout performance from Joe Adell. Matt Chapman did decent, and then Zach Plesac pitched pretty well. So I ended up getting a Tier 4 limited card from this Common All-Star competition, so I'll open that up now, and let's see what we got. It's a Tier 4 card, so not expecting anything that impressive. We got an Angels outfielder. No way. What are the odds of that? The guy who got us the card ended up getting a limited version of Joe Adell. He scores 44 points randomly, and it's only appropriate that we then pick him up in a limited version. So for the sake of it, let's go see how he's been doing on the year. Joe Adell, -0.2 wins above replacement. He's actually batting .232, so it's above 200. OPS plus 86, so below average there. Probably not really somebody that I'm going to be using right now. He is young, though. He's just 23, so he has a lot of room for growth. If he sticks in the majors, he could be somebody that I would use down the road, but probably not somebody that I'm going to be playing right now. Let's go and see how much he's worth. So let's go to SorareData.com. Joe Adell. 335. That is very strange. He's somehow worth more than the other Tier 3 players that I've been picking up. So kind of odd that he's selling for that much for 335, but I'll take that. I'm probably not going to sell him. I don't really think it's worthwhile to sell these players when they're worth like $2 or $3. I'll just let them play out, and if they do super well, then they'll be worth something down the road, and I can play them in future competitions. So happy I picked up another outfielder. I've been needing some of those. I think I'm probably going to end up playing Ramirez, Blackman, Peterson over him, but that's all right. It's good to have some flexibility there. So now let's go ahead and let's plan for this upcoming week, Game Week 12. So this is from Monday, August 29th through Thursday, September 1st. So let's start off with the limited all-star competition. Right here, I've got actually 4 starting pitchers who are going to be playing in this competition. So I'll use 2 of them in the All-Star competition, and then 2 of them in the pro competition. So the first one, I'm obviously going to pitch Zach Gallen. He has just been an absolute ace. He consistently gets me like 30 points a game. So going to be pitching him, even though he's against the Phillies. The Phillies are decent, but I think it's worthwhile to pitch him here. Relief pitcher, I think I'm still going to stick with Camilo Doval, even though he totally blew the save against the Twins. I think he's still the best pitcher that I have with regard to points, so I'm going to go ahead and pitch him, although Andres Munoz is looking pretty nice. So Camilo Doval pitched 2 days ago. Andres Munoz also pitched 2 days ago, so they're about even here. Actually, I think I am going to pitch Andres Munoz specifically because he's against the Tigers. The Tigers aren't super hot. Camilo Doval's against the Padres. They have more chance to kind of beat him up. So I'll go with Andres Munoz here. Now, corner infielder, I think, let's see. Options are CJ Cron, William Contreras, Blackman, Jose Abreu. I think I'm going to go with Jose Abreu here. He is against Kansas City. He hasn't been doing super hot lately, but I think he's kind of my main corner infielder. Pretty solid person for the corner infield spot. So I'm going to put him there. Middle infielder, I've been going with Ahmed Rosario, but he is in a big slump, so he's not really doing much of anything. So I think I'm going to put him on my second team. Colton Wong, however, he popped off last week, so I'm hoping he's going to continue his tear. And he also has 4 games this week, so that'll give him more opportunities to score some points. So I'm going to play him in the middle infielder role. Now, the outfielder, traditionally I would play Harold Ramirez here, but he's only got 2 games, so I think I'm going to go with Charlie Blackmon. He's got 3 games against the Atlanta Braves, so I think that's the best option here. Yeah, I'll go with Charlie Blackmon here. The extra player, probably going to go with CJ Cron here. He's scoring 8 points a game. He's playing 3 games, so everybody here is playing 3 games except Brandon Lowe and Harold Ramirez, who both only have 2 games. So I think CJ Cron is the best option here at 8 points a game. And then the flex spot, I'm going to go with another starting pitcher. They just consistently put up a lot of points. We got Jesus Luzardo playing against the Rays, or Johnny Cueto against the Royals, or Lucas Giolito also against the Royals. I have bad experiences since Johnny Cueto just got me 3 points, so I think I'm going to go with Jesus Luzardo here. Even though he's against the Rays, he is consistently scoring 22 points. So I'll go with Jesus Luzardo there. And now let's start up the limited pro roster. So in this roster, I'm going to be pitching both of the White Sox pitchers. Relief pitcher, I'm going to go with Camilo Doval here against the Padres. Corner infielder, probably going to go with William Contreras here since he has 3 games. Brandon Lowe and Harold Ramirez only have 2 games, so just less opportunities to score points. Middle infielder, going to go with Ahmed Rosario here since he has 3 games. And then outfielder, my options are Harold Ramirez, Jock Peterson, Austin Slater, Joe Adell, or Will Benson. I think I'm going to go with Jock Peterson here. He's got 3 games. So scoring 6 points a game versus Harold Ramirez scoring 6 points a game, but Jock Peterson has 3 games, so I'll pick up Jock Peterson there. The extra player, not super sure who to go with here. We got Austin Slater at 3 games with 5 points per game, or Harold Ramirez with 2 games. So I think Austin Slater doesn't really have that much of an upside. Harold Ramirez hits a lot of home runs, has a lot of power, so I think I'm going to go with Harold Ramirez here, even though the statistics say Austin Slater is better, because on average, Austin Slater would get me 15 points for this week. Harold Ramirez would only get me 12, but I have confidence in Harold Ramirez, and he has a lot of power, so I think there's a greater upside there, so I'm willing to take the risk to go with Harold Ramirez. And then the last flex spot, I'm going to go with Lucas Giolito, since he's another starting pitcher that's pitching this week, so there we go, got my limited all-star team and limited pro team up. Now let's go ahead and let's get my common all-star team up. Looks like we're going with Mike Minor since he's the only starting pitcher who's actually pitching this week. Going to stick with Alexis Diaz, scoring 8 points a game, which is pretty solid. Going to go with Jose Ramirez, of course, as the corner infielder. Middle infielder, probably still Travis d'Arnaud. He's been pretty solid. Got me 40-some points last week, so go with Travis d'Arnaud. Outfielder, got to go with Joe Adell. He's the only one that I have. The extra player, I think I'm going to go with Matt Chapman here. He didn't do super well last week, but I think he's a solid third baseman that will eventually get me a lot of points. He's also playing against the Reds. Is that the Reds? I'm not super familiar. I've never seen this logo before. I think that's the Reds logo, or it's the Cubs logo. Either way, that team isn't very good, so I'm going to pick Matt Chapman here. Now the flex spot, I don't want to pick any starting pitchers since these guys aren't actually going to be pitching this week. So my options are Luke Voigt or Dylan Tate, a relief pitcher against the Guardians, or Ron Marinaccio against the Angels. I think I'm going to go with Ron Marinaccio here. He's playing against the Angels. He's a pretty solid relief pitcher, so I think I'm going to go with Ron Marinaccio there, and we'll get that submitted. And then the last one, I got to just register some training teams so that all my players get XP for the week. So starting pitcher, just choose some random person. These don't really matter since you can't really score anything, so I just basically create as many training teams as I can so that my players are getting XP and continue to get more points for every game that they play in. I think I'm going to go with Zach Plesac here. And I don't think I can create a third one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Hirokazu Saramuro just got DFA'd by the Red Sox, so he's literally not going to be playing anymore unless another team picks him up. So not a super great pickup there. Darn, we do not have quite enough players. No extra hitter. We need one more player to fill out a third training lineup. So looks like we'll go with 2 training lineups there and then my 3 traditional lineups. So here are my 3 teams. I feel pretty good. Hopefully this limited all-star team does well. Hopefully Zach Gallen and Jesus Luzardo both pitch pretty well, and then the rest of my players, if they get me some points, I feel like we'll be in a good spot. So those are all my teams. Be on the lookout. There'll probably be another video this week talking about I think I'm probably going to do another advanced tips video for So Rare, so be on the lookout for that. And then on Thursday or Friday, I'll give a recap of how last week went, and then I'll open any packs that I got from that. So thanks for watching. Catch you next time.